Hey guys, what's up? So, as you know, in America, two states have now legalized marijuana, which should actually be called cannabis. There's no such word as marijuana, they just made it Mexican sounding because Harry Anslinger, out of racism, said when Mexicans were smoking marijuana, they're killing and raping white women, so we should illegalize it. So, the whole reason it's illegal in the first place is racism. Not to mention corporations and hemp and cancer cures and the hundreds of other illnesses cannabis cures. Anyway, the reason I wanted to show this was that Colorado and Washington were specifically the first states to legalize weed because of their initials. Washington is WA and Colorado is CO. That makes WACO. Waco, Texas is the city where that whole group was killed. That cult family was killed by the Clintons. Okay, and Janet Reno, she even said she doesn't even remember the source of the leak for the information that they had illegal guns and were going to start something. They had guns, yeah, but they weren't starting anything. They were defending themselves with the Second Amendment. They weren't going to start any kind of war or shooting or anything. So Waco represents a kind of betrayal of government on its citizens. And and the funny thing about the Colorado and Washington thing, well, the funny thing about legalizing weed is now you don't have a right to bear arms. If you have a weed permit, a medical marijuana permit, you cannot have a right to bear arms, and people are challenging that because George Washington said in his journals, I forgot to separate the female buds from the male cannabis buds, or so he knew the distinction between the psychedelic use and the hemp use for fiber. Founding fathers had guns too, so I guess they were all felons. It's a felony to have weed and a gun at the same time. So yeah, let's legalize weed, but we'll betray you, and it'll be much easier to invade you, just like Waco, Texas will just invade you because that whole state will just be high on weed and not have guns anymore legally, at least. Okay, so that's my whole concern about the legalizing thing. You should still have a right to bear arms. Here's a fifth of tequila. Oh, but you can't have the most peaceful plant on the earth. In Hell's Kitchen, we have Gordon Ramsay running the red and blue teams, which represents the mark of the beast. The blue side, not in the show, but in general, the blue side represents the chosen people. In Numbers 15:38, I believe, it says, the chosen people of Israel were supposed to wear a ribbon of blue, and the red means the mark of the beast, and his name is Ramsey, like the ram, um, like the Jesus sacrifice, and in the red and blue in the red and blue side just go against each other. It's all about hell, where you go to hell. Hell's Kitchen. It's all symbolic of biblical stuff. Even the Godfather with the puppet strings. The puppets represents the Illuminati running everything, and the devil running them as puppets. It's all just one big show, and Jesus allows it, so the Illuminati believe they are fulfilling Jesus' words. And Marlon Brando's name, Brand, means to brand you with the red pill, the mark of the beast. See the red rose on him. So he is branded with the red pill, and he's now a part of the system. The Godfather represents the devil controlling everything, the Don mobster. Okay? I love Elvis, but he's obviously the number one American Idol of all time. I'm not saying I don't worship the guy, but I just respect him and think he's very entertaining. Just because you find something entertaining doesn't mean you're satanic. I find the Bible entertaining, but I find a lot of things also entertaining. But anyway, the symbolism of the Elvis suits. Excuse me. You see the V right there for the fifth age coming. The book of Daniel talks about the 5 ages. At the end of the fifth age, God will send the stone of Daniel 2 and the stone of Jeremiah 50. And the eagle right here represents the rapture. And in Revelation, it talks about the woman will be set on the wings of an eagle to escape the beast chasing down her child, which is us Christians who believe in Jesus. Okay, and that's the rapture. So the V and the rapture, and he's in white, just like Jesus will be in a white robe, and we will be as well. Now his name is something very interesting, Elvis. El in Hebrew is God, and V is obviously the 5. The V for the fifth age. Is perhaps represents I am. You know, like the devil is I am. He has the ego, I. Is, or the S could be a 5. There's a lot of ways to interpret it. They flip it upside down. They do whatever they want. But, and also the first letter, E, is the 5th letter in the alphabet. So that's a 5, and that's the V is the 5. The S is a 5. So it's all symbolic. Anyway, just picking up on the symbolism. Mark, I hope you're okay, by the way. I heard about the San Diego fires. I'm glad all your horses are okay. God bless. I hope everything's okay. Thank you.